Welcome to today's lesson. We are going to look at a diary entry. I'm your presenter, Mrs. Emerensha Bootis. Okay. The first thing we do is we look at what is a diary entry. Now, a modern diary entry will be an Instagram post, so where you will share your daily activities, everything that you do, and then people can go and look at that. So that's a diary, but it's a modern diary entry, and it is something that everyone sees. Now, the ones we usually look at, that is when you want to share private thoughts of your day. So you will write it down, traditionally in a book that only you have access to. So these are your personal thoughts and feelings that you share, but you share it with yourself. So you're basically reflecting on your day, and you don't necessarily want anyone else to read it. So as the years pass by, we do not remember the exact day and date certain events happened in our lives. Please remember this, because this is why it's important to always start your diary entry with a day and date at the top of the entry before you write anything else. So keep that in mind, because that is very important. Okay, let us look at the structure and the format of a diary. Now, like I already said, the day and date, that is so important in your diary entry. So each entry begins with the day of the week and the date to set the time of the writing. Now, the example here, Monday, then you see there's a comma, 29th September 2025. So this is how your diary entry will start. When you are assessed on the diary entry, your teacher will look at this format to make sure that you have the day and the date included in your diary entry. Then it's important for chronological order. So events are presented in the order they happen. This is so that when your teacher mark it, the marker will not be confused, and that they can clearly see what your intention was or what happened, so they can follow your writing. We also use the past tense. So a diary entry is written in the past tense because you are reflecting on something that already happened. So this is why it is written in the past tense. You're not writing it as you are busy doing something. You also will use emotive language. So strong adjectives and vivid descriptions are used to convey feelings. And that will make the writing more engaging. So when we read a diary entry, when you write it, you imagine something, you write it down, and the marker can clearly see what you are describing, and you also engage them. This is then how you get very good marks. Let's look at the content and style. So that's personal experience. The entry recounts personal events, thoughts, and feelings, serving as a private record of your experiences. So remember, it's a personal experience that you were having. So there's no wrong or right feelings. It is your personal experience. And a diary entry you will write from the first person perspective. So it is written from your point of view, and you use pronouns like I and me. It has an informal tone. The language is informal and conversational, with expressions of personal opinions and a focus on your own unique voice. Emotions and feelings. The entry is rich with emotive words and expressions of feelings, emotions, and personal reflections. So from these few slides, you can already see that it's a personal thing, a diary entry. And this is where you will then express your emotions and feelings about a certain topic. It's introspection and reflection. So the writer will reflect on past events, their significance, and their own thoughts and motivations. That is what a writer will reflect on. There we just look at the features of a diary entry. Diaries are books where people write about their experiences, thoughts, and feelings. Some people write a diary entry every day because they want to reflect every day. Now, the purpose, they might write it, or you might write a diary entry to describe what they did on a particular day, explain their feelings, thoughts, and opinions about their experiences. So this is mainly our topics will be based on feelings, thoughts, and opinions about experiences. We must remember it's in the first person, it's in the past tense, it is informal or chatty language, but there's also detailed descriptions. Now, a diary is a personal record of thoughts, feelings, and experiences. As I've already said, it is written in the first person and often reflects emotions. Now, you might think, why am I repeating this? It is because I have seen that learners forget about these important things that we look at again. So diary entries are private and informal, but they still follow a basic structure. Now, let me show you an example. Monday, comma, so that's the day, 29th of September, 2025. That is the date. Today was the worst day ever. I forgot my homework and got detention. I felt so embarrassed. So this is just a short example. I'm going to show you more examples. But just, do you see here, it's personal and it's in a chatty way. So it's a way you then bring your feelings across on paper. Now let's look at the key features. So we have the date, top of the page to show when the entry was written. So it's the day and the date. Then we have an introduction. So that's a brief overview of the day or event. This is just for chronological purposes. Detailed thoughts, feelings, and reflections, and a conclusion, final thoughts. But please remember that every entry is one paragraph. So in your paragraph, just like you will always follow the writing process, the introduction, body, and conclusion, but each of them are not, that's not a new paragraph. So a diary entry, one paragraph, very important to remember. Then the language style, informal and conversational, use of personal pronouns because it's your personal thing, your personal entry, I, me, my. Then expressive vocabulary to show emotion. Now let us look at an example. If we say Monday, 15 September 2025, I can't believe what happened today. I was chosen to represent our school in the debate competition. At first, I was nervous, but then I felt proud and excited. I've never spoken in front of so many people before. I hope I do well. I'll start preparing tomorrow. So do you see, this is very short, but it's just to show you. There is an introduction, then there's a body and a conclusion. So chronologically, I can follow exactly what is happening here. The breakdown, we have the day and the date there at the start of the entry. There's emotions, nervous, proud, excited. And there's also personal reflection, hopes and plans. Okay, now tips for writing a diary entry. Be honest and personal. Use descriptive language to show feelings. Write as if you're talking to a friend. Very important, the diary is a friend to you. So it is someone that you trust so much that will never talk about these thoughts and feelings that you are writing down. Now, important, you must keep it focused. So you have to stick to your topic and to your word count. We look at the tone. You can be happy, sad, angry, or excited. So that will depend on the experience or on the topic that you are given. It should reflect the writer's personality and mood. Let us look at an example. So this is an example of a topic that you can be given. You have done well in soccer practice. The coach is impressed with your progress. Write one diary entry. Important, please always follow your instructions. One diary entry expressing how you felt at soccer practice. And do you see it's 80 to 100 words. So minimum words 80 and the maximum 100 words. Now let us look at this example. The first thing we see the day, Tuesday, then there's a comma, 23rd of September, 2025. Now, a tip I usually give my learners, make sure that the day you choose, that you can spell it, because it's important that you need to spell the day correctly. Now, let us look at this as an example. As I said, there's 80 to 100 words there. It means the minimum is 80 words, and there's not more than 100 words. Today's soccer practice was amazing. I played with so much energy and focus, and everything just clicked. Coach pulled me aside and said he's really impressed with how much I've improved. I couldn't stop smiling. It felt like all my hard work is finally paying off. I tackled well, passed accurately, and even scored a goal during the scrimmage. My teammates cheered, and I felt proud of myself. I'm starting to believe I can make the school team. I'm going to keep pushing and training harder. This is just the beginning, and I'm so excited for what's next. So here we can see it's focused writing, and it sticks to the topic. Also remember, only one paragraph because it's one entry. Another example, this one is your younger sibling broke something he or she borrowed from you. Write one diary entry expressing how you felt about the incident. Again, 80 to 100 words. Again, we have the day and the date. Make sure you can spell it. I'm feeling so frustrated right now. My younger sister borrowed my headphones without asking, and today she broke them. I saved up for weeks to buy those, and now they're completely ruined. She said sorry, but it didn't feel sincere. I know she didn't mean to break them, but I wish she'd be more careful with my things. I'm trying not to stay angry, but it's hard. Maybe I'll forgive her soon, but right now I just need some space to cool off. And do you see, it is also, you're not going to be rude or nasty in a diary entry. You are going to put your feelings there, but you will still be polite when you write a diary entry. Our last one is that you received an unexpected gift from a family member. Write one diary entry expressing how you felt when you received the gift. So Sunday, 21st of September, 2025. Today was full of surprises. My uncle came to visit and gave me a brand new backpack, the one I've been dreaming about. I didn't expect anything. So when he handed it to me, I was speechless. It's stylish, spacious, and perfect for school. I felt so happy and appreciated. He said he was proud of how hard I've been working lately. That meant a lot to me. I'm going to take extra good care of it. This gift made my whole day. And again, through all of these examples, you can see there's an introduction, there's a body, and there's a conclusion, but it's only one paragraph. You would have noticed that the day and the date is on top of the diary's entry. So before you start writing, you first write down the day and the date, and then you start with your paragraph. And you have feelings and opinions in your paragraph. It's a chatty way, it's informal writing, but it's not slang. Very important. So remember, diary entries are personal and expressive. They help us reflect on our experiences, and you have to use the structure and features to guide your writing. Always remember to follow the writing process. Thank you very much for listening to this lesson and enjoy the rest of your lessons this afternoon. Till next time.